strategy. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to this live stream. That live stream trade on how you can trade boom and crash using what using price action, right? Using smart money trading concepts, how you can literally catch spike, right? Catch spike and trade every other side, right? So over the times, many of you actually using I actually for your maximum support in what in growing my channel on we attaining what we attaining 1,000 subscribers. I say a very big thank you to you all. I say a very big thank you to you all. Right. Meanwhile, if you are watching, you actually comment in the comment section where you are watching from, where you are watching from, your location and the time where you are. Right. Like I've always said, market structure is king. Market structure is king. You can't overlook the power of the power of market structure. It can never be overlooked. It can never be overlooked. I can't emphasize how powerful the words. I can't emphasize how right it is at how you can actually look external or internal in the way prices. You can actually another touch you can happen, right? You call it trend line overlapping. And you can actually all the times they lag, they don't give you true picture. You usually see that we have what we call this is our swing high lower low now. We have look at this is our BMS here. As we have a big market structure here. This is our BMS here. We have another BMS here. This become our new lower high, right? Then we have another what the final BMS that we have here. If you look at this string here that we have here, our daily time frame structure, right? It's going to align with our daily time frame structure, telling you that most times your daily time frame and your 4 hours time frame will always align, right? So looking at that now, all everything that we have here now, since this is our daily time frame structure, this is our daily time frame swing or expansion, how you whichever one you want to call it, right? Everything that is this then this will be our what our daily time frame lower high and our daily time frame lower low, right? So everything you have in between here is what we call our internal structure. Is what we call our internal structure. So long we actually wanted to trade this, right? Then we must definitely wait for a what for a break in market structure on the what on the daily time frame. Let me go to daily time frame and show you guys how and show you guys, right? So on our daily time frame now, this is what we have. Can you actually see what I'm saying? You can see that it did align with our what with our daily time frame, right? On daily time frame, and this is our swing. So looking at that, we actually see that we are still in the what in the range of time. If anything would be happening here now, if anything would be happening here now, they have to clear this area here. You can actually see this is a liquidity area. This is an equal low, so they have to clear it now. Now clearing this equal low now is a long time, right? It's a long time. We might market might never get to here today. We might not have it soon. Let me see today. It's not something we can have soon, right? So obviously, by the time we now look at this, now this is 4 hour structure lower high. This is 4 hour structure lower low, right? This 4 hour structure lower low. This is 4 hour structure lower low. This is 4 hour structure lower low. This is 4 hour structure lower high. This is 4 hour structure lower what? Lower high, right? So looking at this area that obviously we are going to be having a what a buy at this area here. I buy at like my the time I go down to a lower time frame, like my 4 hours frame here now. Here we have an order block here, right? So we have an order block here. And in the midst of this order block now, on a lower time frame like our right, so on let's go down to our 1 hour time frame and reframe it. So on our 1 hour time frame now, here is what we have. Wow, 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 wow. So on 1 hour time frame now, there is not an order block. The other block is actually here. Right, the other block is actually here. What we have here is just what the other block. This is the other block. Right, we have the imbalance here. So telling you that obviously market is going to feel this imbalance and come down to this other block here. So that imbalance validated our other block. So we can actually go down to a lower time frame and see if you can have a what another refinement that we can have. Okay, 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 okay. So 30 minute time frame now actually still is our 1 hour. We still have a what an imbalance here, right? So obviously our entry could be around here, right? Our entry could be around here. If this does not give us what we want now, then we can add another position at this area here, doing the what doing the top down analysis. So this is what happened to many of you. You don't do top down analysis, you just open your chart and say, your indicator has actually given a what a buy trend, has given you a trend. The indicator lags. Indicator or they lags. This is what happened when we know say, we have tried this strategy, doesn't work out, doesn't work out. No, whatever indicator you want to use, make sure you use you add top down analysis, add your technical analysis, your top down analysis, and there's no way you do top down analysis other than this. You start from your higher time frame, which can be your daily time frame, daily time frame, or your 4 hours time frame, whichever one you want to consider based on your personality, and you tend to what you start refining your what your POI, right? You start refining your POI now. So by the time you now waited for all this now say market is not going your way, you've accumulated the what what a long loss, right? You've accumulated a long loss. But now look at the POI that we have here now. As we have this other block here now, there are still other POI that we have in below this other block here now. Like in below this other block here, there are still some other things we'll still consider, right? There are still some other things we'll consider. Subscribe button. I'm not doing this month. Now, I want to form a new trying to do. So we'll get our BMS already, right? To mark the midpoint of this file of this 1 hour order block. So on our 1 hour order block here now, this okay, on 1 hour order block, this is what we have. Right, so our 1 hour order block is this. So let me mark the midpoint of it. Let me mark the midpoint of it. Let me use my arrow. Right, so this is our midpoint of it. So let's go to our lower time frame. Can you see that the midpoint that we have now, this other block that we have here, but look at a better and this area here now. Obviously, you are going to what a sniper entry here, right? We are going to have a sniper entry order at this area now, right? So we have that there. Let's add a limit order there. Let's add a limit order. Let's add a limit order. Okay, so we have our limit order here at this. So we can have it below this. Right, so that is going to be 12,620. So we can have a 12,623, 400. right? So we can have at 1263, we can have it at 1263 by limit 63, 1263, 12, 6, 6, 6, 3, 400, right? Okay, so right, so we can have it at that area. So by the time we add our what our indicator now, by the time we add our indicator, obviously we are going to get in a what a confirmation from our indicator. We can actually add our RSI. We can add our RSI. RSI is a trend following indicator. So can you actually listen now RSI is already telling us that we are what we are having 0 point what no, no let's use period 14, let's use period 14, period 13, sorry. So you can see RSI is already telling us what we are below 10, which you are actually anticipating for what for a spike, right? We're actually anticipating for what for a spike, right? So you can see that on 15-minute time frame already now we've gotten a what? We've gotten a BMS already. We've gotten a BMS already. So by the time we have this is 329, right? That's 1529, right? So obviously looking at our time frame now, we've just started our what? We just started London and New York session, right? New York session started by 1 o'clock, right? And this is what? This is 3 o'clock already. So we are at 3:30. So obviously by latest by 4 o'clock, 4:45, 3:45, you can see what I'm saying. We actually have the what? We have the spike, right? We have the spike. So this spike now confirms the what the BMS for us. It confirms the BMS for us, right? So there are what we call there are what we call zones. There are zones that we have spike, and you can have a reversal in the market. So there are zones we can have a reversal in the market, and these zones now are being determined by time. It works with time. It works with time, and it works with time. Sometimes it works with time. Part of the time that it works with are the what the forex timing. The first 3 hours of every forex sections are liquidity hours, right? Are liquidity hours that when you don't have it, right? The beginning of every hours are the like 5 minutes to a close of an hour and 5 minutes to beginning of an hour marks a trap zone, right? That you can actually have a reversal in the market, right? Marks a trap zone that you can have a reversal in the market. We have many of those things that we actually put into consideration. We have many of them. We have many of them, right? We have many of them that we actually put into consideration, right? We have many of them that we actually put into consideration, right? We have many of them that we put into consideration like that, right? So now looking at this now, before we can actually say we'll have a what we'll have a BM now on our 5 minute time frame. Before we can say we'll have a reverse, right? Before we can say we'll have BMS, right? We'll have BMS that we'll have, right? It's actually to the BMS that we'll have here. Something to give us our what our confirmation for what for the beginning of the uptrend that we actually wanted to catch be at this area here. That should be the our what our institutional support and resistance. Considering our institutional support and resistance, actually did a video on institutional support and resistance. So part of the resistance area that we have is our what is our 80 level, our 00 level, our 20 level, our 50 level. So looking at this area here now, let me bring a rectangle there. Let me bring a rectangle there. This is an order block here. This is an order block here. Right. This is an order block. Meanwhile, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can actually do so by hitting on that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. The more time going to live on what institutional price action, I'm going to be starting I'm going to starting a live stream on institutional markets, institutional strategies, smart money trading, how we can actually trade without indicator, how we can profitable with trading using using the smart money. And basically the class is going to be of like 7 classes of thereabout or 5 classes thereabout. The first class we're actually going to talk about market structure. We'll do a deep dive institutional market structure, how the institutional actually look at the market, what they see. So you start seeing the market in another version where you must be profitable by the time you are able to see it in that version, definitely you will be profitable. Definitely you will be profitable. I did a video on what institutional, right? So looking at the block here now, right? We have our institutional area which is 800 level. Right? You can see we have our what 00 level now, telling us that this is a what this area now is a liquidity area. Is a liquidity area that market will definitely come out and test it. Even going to pass it. Look at like 30 minutes or 5 or 15 minutes, right? Like 30 minutes or 5 minutes now. Like 30 minutes or 5 minutes, we are going to be having this. Look at this is an order block here. But on 30 minutes now or 15 minutes now, there should be an imbalance at this area here, telling us that they coming to this order block here is certain, and there must be an order block here, right, with an imbalance here again. Tells that they need to fill this imbalance. So more reason why they are coming up here is they want to fill up this imbalance that we have here. So market is definitely coming to come and retest. So market is definitely coming to come and retest. We have what's a W for us. Spike that actually confirm it. Look at our RS. Will now give us the spike that we actually wanted. Right. So to be at the safer side, you can actually measure this spike here, right? Measure this spike here, and we'll add another position at the midpoint of it, right? At the midpoint or at the 50% of it, right? But automatically this become our what? Our range, right? Remember that we buy at what? We buy at discount, we sell at what? At premium, right? We buy low and we sell high, right? So we can actually put another order here at this 50% retracement of this our range here, right? Of this our range here. So we tend to have another position at the midpoint of this area here, at the midpoint of this, right? We tend to have another position at the midpoint, right? We tend to have position at the midpoint. So looking at our RSI now, on our RSI now, we can actually see that we've gotten a what? We have we because this is our divergence, right? This is our divergence. Price is actually giving us lower what? Lower low, lower low. But indicator is giving us lower high, telling us a variation that there is what? A reversal. The reversal is about to happen, right? The reversal is about to happen. So those are the confirmation you look out for. Those are the confirmation we look out for. So the confirmation we tend to look out for, and that's how you do your top down analysis. That's how you do our top down analysis. So watch out for this area here as our take profits, right? You can see on 15-minute time frame. I told you there's a what? There's an order block here. You can see what another block on 15-minute time frame, and at the same time is aligned with our what? With our institutional what area 800 level, right? Aligned with our 00 level. So obviously by 3:45, I guess we should have another spike there or thereabout by 4 maximum. There will be what? There will be spike, right? There will be spike because by the close of 15-minute candle, we will know where we are. We know where we are in the market. So if you actually want to do your top down analysis, the best thing for you to do is for you to start from your what? From your daily time frame, right? You start from your D1. You go down to your what? You look at the range that you have. You look at your recent swing. You go down to your 4 hours time. So most times your 4 hours time frame and daily time frame will always align in the sense that they will always be the same thing. They will always be the same thing. They will always be the same thing. So by the time you will be able to get your range on daily and on your higher time frame, you can come down to your lower time frame, like your 1 hour time frame. So on 1 hour time frame now, the disparity you have on 1 hour time frame now should also align. It should be, let's say for instance, on our daily time frame now, we are bullish. 4 hours time frame too should be bullish. And your 1 hour time frame too should be what? Should be bullish. So in that case, if this three time frame now align, if this three time frame align, automatically now your lower time frame and your M30 now would be M30 now. Your M30 will be what? Will be bearish. Bearish in the sense that your M30, your M15 will be bearish. Bearish in the sense that on higher time frame we are buying, right? Or on higher time frame we are buying, but on lower time frame now, right? We actually be selling. Selling says that we'll set down to a POI, right, to a lower area, to a low that we can actually buy from. So by the time you get to your what? To your daily, to your lower time frame, like your M30 now, I just see we are in a downtrend. Yes, it will be like that. It will be like that. Whatever that will happen on higher time frame, you start seeing the reaction on what? On lower time frame. So the sell that we have on lower time frame is actually to what? Is actually to put price to a what? To a resistance or to a support area where we can what? We cannot have that buy. So the buy will now, by the time we are there, the buy on the lower time frame is going to be aligning with what? With higher time frame. Higher time frame, lower time frame will always work based on what you have on higher time frame. Okay? So your ability to be able to filter and despise your filter and understand your time frame combination is what comes down to your what. You can do a top down analysis from morning to night. If your time frame combination is wrong, you will not be profitable. You won't be profitable. So those are the things you need to look out for. Those are the things you look at. So by the time you do your top down analysis, your daily time frame, you look start from your daily time frame down to your 15-minute time frame. So you can then start to now look for your what? For your POI. You can start to look for your POI. So on your POI now, that is where you so looking for your POI now, that is where you now put your what? Your entry. Right? That is where you put your entry. That is where you put your entry. That is where you put your entry. This is where you put your entry. Happen to my RSI. So that is where you put your what? You put your entry. Can see we've gotten another spike. Can you see what I said? I said by 3:45. Can you see that we did have that spike? Your ability to be able to filter your time frame and work with your time five. Look at that. Let me now market structure. Your top-down analysis can never be overlooked. It can never be overlooked, right? Now look at it. Now this is what we say. Can you see the spike that we have? I told you by the time we reach the midpoint of this, we can put our what? We can start take another entry here. It's not at the lower 50% range that we'll have the buy, right? We'll have the buy at the discount area, right? We'll buy low and we sell high, right? We'll buy low and we'll sell high, right? So that is how you do your top-down analysis so as to be profitable, right? So as to be profitable. So we are still going, we are still holding it, we're still holding because we actually going to put our stop loss is going to be here. You can see the way I mark here. This is going to be our take profit. This is where we're going to have our take profit, right? So looking at that now let's go down to 1 minute time frame and look at the structure. So on 1 minute time frame now, look at we have this. This is first leg. We have the retracement. Then we have the second leg. Look at our indicator. Look at our RSI. Can you see the first leg, right? That is what that is structure. You must be able to read market structure on whatever time frame that you have. Right now, this spike will still last again because they have to take out this eye here now. Like they have to take out this eye here. By the time they take out this eye here now, we'll have a what? A somehow retracement to this area here. Back to our entry point again. But for now I have that massive spike. We now have that massive spike. Because by the time they take out this eye now, this is the recent swing eye on our 5 minute time. So by the time they take out this now, this 5 minute now will align with our 15 minute eye. Right? So in the next 15 minutes now, by the time we are by 4 o'clock now, we'll be having a what? A close of it. Right? We're having a close of it. A close. I remember I told you earlier that a liquidity time that we have is going to be the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of every hour. Right? Let's say 4 o'clock now, by 3:45, by 3:50 is a liquidity area that they manipulate. Those are the area they really manipulate. Those are the time they manipulate. The first 10 minutes of every hour and the last 10 minutes of every hour, look out for this that they are manipulated time. Those are manipulated time, manipulated zone that they really tend to manipulate. They tend to manipulate. So but you can just see that you will say okay, let me wait till 4 o'clock before I will close. Before 4 o'clock, just that you have that massive spike, like 25, 50, they've taken your whole profit. You'll be what? You've used like 45 minutes to accumulate for, because you've not taken time to know those trap hours, those tribe times. So part of the tribe times that we have are those 10 minutes of every hour, and 10 minutes of 10 minutes open to an hour and 10 minutes close to an hour. Right, those are the manipulated time that we have in the market. Right, you can actually comment in the comment section. If you have any question, you can comment in the comment section. So you can comment in the comment section if you have any question. Right, so this is the way we do top down analysis. Hopefully by night we might tend to have a more version of it, and we'll do a deep dive. So now for those that trade candlestick pattern now, can you see that on our 1 hour time frame now, obviously there's no way they want to do it. This candle now will close as a what? As a pin bar. Pin bar now, for those of you that trade candlestick now, you're saying this is candlestick now, this is pin bar. This is how they form. If you don't understand the formation, the psychology behind any bar, whatever strategy you want to use, just make sure you understand the pros and cons of it. You want to trade candlestick pattern, you must understand the psychology behind the candlestick pattern that you want to trade. Are you trading a pin bar? Right. So these are the things you tend to look out for. You can't just pick up a strategy and then you don't understand it. I can be trading on 5 minute time. I can tell you what is happening on 1 hour time frame. I can be on 1 hour and tell you what is happening on 5 minute time frame. You need to understand the time frame you work with, to understand the pros and cons, whatever strategy you are using. That is how you can have the edge in this industry. That is how you can have the edge in this industry. And that is how you can have edge in this industry. Right? That is how you can have edge in this industry. So that is how you can actually have an edge in this industry. That is how you can have an edge in this industry. That's how you can have an edge in this industry. Right? That's how you can have an edge in this industry.
What do you spend to purchase?
That is how you can have an edge in industry. Maybe I'm going to be. So alright guys, we'll keep holding and then I'm going to update you guys on how it goes. Right. We'll keep holding and then we'll update you guys on how it goes. Right.